the world of storytelling, there's a saying that the third time's a charm. And when it comes to creating a trilogy, the third installment often stands as the pinnacle of the narrative. We've seen this phenomenon in literature, film, and even in the realm of video games. It's that third time's the charm magic. Not all the time it's successful though. It takes a fresh new outlook on the story we've seen. Think about Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban or Captain America's Civil War. Both were the third installments that pushed their franchises to the next level. Now, the question was, how can Namco push Tekken into new heights? Welcome back to the Retro Fans Retrospective. Today we're diving deep into Namco's third installment in the Tekken series with Tekken 3. If you're a fan of this content and would like to see more, I need you to hit that like button, drop a comment about what you think, and if you're new to this channel, I need you to punch the subscribe button and KO the notification bell so you never miss out on new content. Let's dive into this. Leading up to the home release of Tekken 3, several significant developers and decisions shaped the game's journey from the arcade to the PlayStation. Tekken 3, a highly anticipated installment in the popular fighting game series, marked a significant transition for the franchise in terms of both hardware and gameplay. It must be noted that Tekken 3 was the first game in the series where the creator and director Seiichi Ishii was not on board with the development. Instead, Namco decided to bring along 3 new directors to oversee the work of the newest installment. Impressively, the voice actor for Yoshimitsu and Law, Kashiro Harada, was now one of the new directors. Tekken 3 started the first time Harada took the mantle of director. Tekken 3 was a notable departure from its predecessors. It was the first game in the series to be released on the Namco System 12 software. The original 2 games had utilized the Namco System 11 hardware. This shift in the hardware represented a significant technological upgrade, allowing for improved graphics and gameplay mechanics. One of the standout features of Tekken 3 was the use of motion capture technology for creating the animation of the combatants. This innovation contributed to more fluid and lifelike character movements, enhancing the overall gaming experience. One notable decision made by the developers was the omission of sub-bosses from the previous Tekken games. This choice reflected a commitment to creating a deeper and more well-rounded game, concentrating on the movesets and playability of its core characters. This move was aimed at improving the overall balance of the game. Tekken 3, in its initial limited release in Japan on November 28, 1996, was often followed by a broader international release in 1997. With North America receiving the game on March 18, 1997. This release schedule allowed the game to build anticipation and excitement among fans worldwide. During an arcade run of Tekken 3 in early 1998, the anime adaptation titled Tekken the Motion Picture was released in Japan as a 2-episode OVA. The anime attempted to follow the events of Tekken 1 and 2 and incorporate new characters from Tekken 3. However, it received mixed reviews and was criticized for not living up to the success of the previous fighting game anime adaptations, like Street Fighter II, the animated movie. Bringing Tekken 3 to the PlayStation was a complex process that took 8 months. The game was originally designed for Namco System 12's hardware, making it significantly more challenging in the conversion than the previous Tekken titles were designed for the PlayStation based on the Namco System 11. Despite the technical difficulties, the conversion team, which included some personal changes, preserved, having previously worked on both arcade and PlayStation versions of Tekken 2. The PlayStation version of Tekken 3 included new hidden characters Gon and Dr. Boshanovich. Bosshanovich's inclusion was initially uncertain but ultimately made into the game. Anna Williams was separated from her sister Nina as a separate character with her own unique characteristics. The PlayStation version introduced new game modes such as Tekken Force, Tekken Ball, while retaining all the modes in Tekken 2. Due to PlayStation's hardware limitations, some visual compromises were necessary for Tekken 3's home release. The backgrounds were transformed into 2D panoramic images, character polygons were slightly reduced, sound effects played at a higher pitch, and the game ran a lower overall resolution. Initially, there were doubts on whether Tekken 3 could even be successfully converted to the PlayStation given these limitations. The game's music was composed by Nobuyuki Sano and Keiichi Okabe for the arcade version. The PlayStation version featured additional compositions by the same composers as well. The music played a crucial role in enhancing the game's atmosphere and overall experience. After all these developments, on March 26, 1998, Tekken 3 was finally made available to eager gamers. Tekken 3, the third installment in the acclaimed Tekken series, continued to build upon the core gameplay concepts while introducing several enhancements and additions that enrich the fighting experience. The fundamental fighting system and concept from its predecessors were retained in Tekken 3, offering a 3D fighting environment. However, there were notable improvements and innovations that distinguished it from its predecessors. While previous Tekken games had limited three-dimensional movement, Tekken 3 expanded upon this aspect, allowing characters to sidestep in and out of the background. This emphasis in the third axis added depth to the combat and provided players with more strategic options, enabling them to evade attacks and reposition themselves strategically. In Tekken 3, characters' jumping abilities were adjusted to more reasonable heights compared to previous games. This change made jumping less overpowering as defensive maneuvers encouraged players to utilize dicep dodges instead. It added a layer of realism to the gameplay by ensuring that jumping couldn't dodge every ground attack, promoting a more balanced and skilled approach to combat. Reversals, a feature introduced for some characters in Tekken 2, became available to all characters in Tekken 3. This addition increased the complexity and depth to the combat system, allowing players to incorporate reversal techniques to their strategies. Tekken 3 introduced quicker recoveries from knockdowns, giving players more opportunities to regain their footing and continue the fight. Additionally, there were more options for escaping tackles and stuns, enhancing the overall flow of battles. One of the exciting improvements in Tekken 3 was the introduction of more moves that enabled juggling. This mechanic allows skilled players to string together combinations of attacks, creating dynamic and visually impressive sequences during battles. Tekken 3 introduced newly created combo throws, adding depth to the grappling aspect of the game. These combo throws require precise timing and execution, giving players a chance to gain an advantage through well-timed throws in the midst of combat. Beyond the core fighting experience, Tekken 3 introduced two engaging minigames. Tekken Force offered players a beat-em-up experience in various stages they battled against enemies in a side-scrolling fashion. This mode added variety to gameplay and allowed players to take a break from traditional one-on-one fights. Another minigame was Tekken Ball, resembled a beach volleyball with a twist. Players had to hit the ball with a powerful attack to either pulverize their opponent or cause a penalty damage by letting them fall to the opponent's territory. This minigame provided a fun diversion and showcased the game's versatility. In summary, Tekken 3 retained the core fighting system of its predecessors while introducing significant improvements and additions to enhance the overall gameplay experience. The emphasis on three-dimensional movement, balance, jumping mechanics, universal reversals, and various other enhancements made Tekken 3 a standout entry in the series, offering both depth and variety on its gameplay. In Tekken 3, the two new modes available are Tekken Force and Tekken Ball. Tekken Force offers players an alternative to traditional one-on-one battles. In this mode, the player's chosen character fights through 4 stages, battling the Tekken Force soldiers and facing a boss character from the roster at the end of each stage. The choice of the boss character depends on the player's selected character, except for the 4th stage where Heihachi Mishima is the boss. If the player selects Mokujin, all bosses including the 4th stage become Mokujin. For each successful completion of Tekken Force, the player receives a key. After acquiring 3 keys from new character selections, the player can unlock Dr. Boshanovich, a secret boss, and upon defeating him, becomes a playable character. The player character has 130 health, and health can be replenished by collecting scattered chickens in each stage. The Tekken Force soldiers vary in rank and health, with crows, falcons, hawks, and owls posing increasing difficulty. The final stage takes place within the Mishima Fortress, where Heihachi seems to hold Dr. Boshanovich prisoner. Defeating Dr. Boshanovich prompts an ending screen, indicating his rescue. The inclusion of this side-scrolling minigame adds variety to Tekken 3's gameplay. While the main focus is one-on-one combat, Tekken Force provides a different challenge and experience for players. The choice of the boss character in each stage depending on the player's selected character adds replayability. This feature encourages players to explore different characters and experience various boss encounters. The inclusion of Dr. Boshanovich as a secret boss and playable character offers an incentive for players to engage in the Tekken Force mode multiple times. This not only extends the game's longevity, but also rewards the player's effort. The health system and scoring mechanics in Tekken Force contribute to the minigame's challenge and strategy. Players must manage their character's health while also trying to achieve higher scores. The narrative element where the player rescues Dr. Boshanovich is integrated into the end screen, providing a sense of accomplishment and contributing to the overall storyline of Tekken 3. The diverse environments in each stage, from city streets to traditional Japanese castles, add visual interest and help break the monotony of repetitive gameplay. The scoring system is straightforward, with points awarded based on the damage output and moves and throws. This offers a clear incentive for players to execute powerful attacks
and throws efficiently. Overall, Tekken Force minigame in Tekken 3 serves as an engaging and rewarding diversion from the main game, offering unique challenges, unlockable content, and a different perspective on the characters in the game's story. The other mode, Tekken Ball, is a unique gameplay feature that becomes available once True Ogre is unlocked. This mode takes place on Beach Island, which is Gon's stage name. Tekken Ball is a fun and distinct variation of the typical fighting gameplay in the Tekken series. In Tekken Ball mode, players can engage in a unique form of combat, where the objective is to hit a ball towards the opponent to inflict damage. Notably, some moves in this mode are designated as unblockable and are indicated by an exclamation mark. These unlockable moves, while they cannot be blocked, do not cause any damage to the opponent. Instead, they primarily serve to disrupt the opponent's ability to interact with the ball. The gameplay starts with the player choosing one of 3 different balls, each with its own characteristic. The beach ball, which is a beginner. This ball is the least damaging option, only doing 60% of damage to an attack used. For example, if a player hits the ball with an attack that would typically do 25 points of damage, the ball will only retain 15 points of damage. The gumball does 80% damage of an attack used. It offers middle ground option, improving a balance between damage and gameplay challenge. It suits players with some experience in Tekken Ball looking for a moderate level of difficulty. Lastly, Iron Ball, which is Grandmaster. This ball deals 100% of damage of an attack used with no reduction in damage points. The Iron Ball is the most potent option, offering full damage experiences. It is best suited for skilled players looking for the ultimate challenge in Tekken Ball's mode. Tekken Ball provides players with a fresh, enjoyable diversion from traditional one-on-one fights. It combines elements of skill and strategy, and players aim to hit the ball with attacks, especially moves to score points against opponents. The choice of the ball adds an additional layer of complexity, allowing players to tailor their experience based on their skill level and preferred level of challenge.
In Tekken 3, the character roster underwent significant changes and expansions compared to its predecessors. The game's narrative set 20 years after Tekken 2 played a crucial role in shaping the character lineup, resulting in a total of 21 characters in the arcade version, with further additions to the console version. Returning characters, due to substantial time gap between Tekken 2 and 3, only 6 characters from the previous installment made their return in the arcade version. These returning fighters included Nina, Paul, King, Lei, Yoshimitsu, and Heihachi. The majority of these characters in Tekken 3 were new additions to the series, reflecting on the passage of time and evolution in the storyline. These new characters brought a fresh dynamic and unique fighting styles to the game. The console version of Tekken 3 introduced additional characters, expanding their roster further. Notable console-exclusive characters included Dr. Boshanovich, a scientist known for his eccentric appearance and advanced technology, and Gon, a comical dinosaur character from the manga anime series with the same name. In the arcade version, Anna Williams initially served as a palette swap for her sister Nina. However, in the console version, Anna was given her distinct character identity, complete with unique moveset, voice clips, and additional ending. In the console version of Tekken 3, not all characters were available by default. Players needed to fulfill various conditions and achievements to unlock additional characters. This feature added a layer of challenge and replayability to the game, encouraging players to explore different facets of the roster. Apart from playable characters, Tekken 3 also featured unplayable enemies that were encountered exclusively during the Tekken Force minigame. These adversaries challenged players to a side-scrolling beat-em-up mode, offering a different style of gameplay with the Tekken universe, although some people have found a way to hack the game on other platforms, allowing them to play as Crow from the Tekken Force mode. Anna Williams is a character in the Tekken series who is not only known for her combat skills, but also for her complex relationship with her sister Nina Williams. This relationship adds depth and intrigue to her character. Anna's backstory is marked by a significant event that occurred 19 years ago, which involved her sister Nina and Dr. Bashanovich's cold sleep experiment. Learning that Nina was planning to become a test subject for this procedure, Anna displayed a sense of sisterly concern. She decided to follow suit, requesting to be put to cryosleep, in the hopes that both sisters would be awakened at the same time, preserving their relationship despite the passage of time. Upon awakening, the sisters find themselves in a changed world. While Anna experienced no adverse effects from the cryosleep, Nina had lost her memories of their relationship. This development saddened Anna, as she originally intended to continue their sibling rivalry. Instead of fighting against Nina, Anna's focus shifted to helping her sister regain her memories and steering her away from the path of being an assassin. Notably, Anna's character features distinct endings based on the region of the game. In the American version, one ending humorously portrays Anna enjoying attention of 3 men at the beach, while Nina appears less interested.
contrast, the Japanese version of her ending takes a more provocative turn, with a prank on the beach that leads to a humorous, mortified reaction from Anna and a triumphant moment for Nina. Nina Williams, a prominent character in Tekken 3, has a complex and multifaceted storyline that adds depth to her character. Her background as an assassin and her turbulent relationship with her sister Anna have always been central to her narrative. In Tekken 3, her character arc takes an intriguing turn. In the previous tournament, Nina was assigned the mission to assassinate Kazuya Mishima, but her personal conflict with Anna prevented her from carrying out this task. The conflict eventually led to both sisters being captured by Kazuya's forces, and they became unwilling subjects in Dr. Bashanovich's Cold Sleep second experiment, where they remained in a state of suspended animation for 15 years. However, in the awakening of Ogre's spirit during the excavation of the creature by Heihachi's Tekken forces marked a significant turning point in Nina's story. Controlled by Ogre's influence, she becomes a puppet-like character, driven by the command to assassinate Jin Kazama, a central figure in the ongoing Mishima family feud. Nina's ending in Tekken 3 offers a glimpse into the ongoing intrigue surrounding her character. She is depicted as lying in a medical pod with the Mishima Zaibatsu research lab, undergoing the procedure designed to restore her memories. The use of strobing lights and the presence of her sister Anna, who was watching the procedure, add an element of tension and anticipation to the scene. The involvement of Dr. Bashanovich, a known figure in Tekken universe, underscores the significance of the procedure. The conclusion of Nina's storyline in this game remains enigmatic as the procedure seemingly fails, as implied by Dr. Bashanovich's disheartened reaction. This leaves players with questions about the fate and the identity of Nina Williams, making her character one of the mysterious and intriguing figures in Tekken 3. Dr. Bashanovich is a character in the Tekken series with a rich and complex background rooted in scientific prowess and personal tragedy. At a remarkably young age, he demonstrated exceptional talent by designing an advanced ballistic missile, catapulting him into fame in the scientific community. However, his life took a tragic turn with the loss of his daughter, Alyssa. The devastating event motivated him to embark on a relentless pursuit of research in human resurrections and cold sleep technology. Dr. Bashanovich's last name is a reference to the game Bashanian, an asteroid-like video game made by Namco in 1981. Bashanovich's scientific endeavors led him into the realms of cloning and the creation of androids, including the iconic Jack series. Operating with a singular focus on the revival of his daughter, he stands as a character devoid of conventional notions of good or evil. His involvement in the second King of Iron Fist tournament took a dark turn when he was captured by Kazuya Mishima, forced to conduct genetic research on martial artists. Yet, amid his dire circumstance, Bashanovich's ingenuity shone through as he managed to create a revolutionary cold sleep device. His connection with Yoshimitsu proved pivotal as he is not only saved by the enigmatic swordsman from certain death, but was also rescued in turn from the clutches of the Mishima family by Yoshimitsu himself. However, as the story unfolds, Bashanovich faces a new challenge. Afflicted with a mysterious disease, he seeks a cure and aims to achieve the seemingly impossible task of resurrecting his daughter. This quest leads him to believe the blood of the fighting god is the key to his salvation. In his ending, a sense of urgency and explanation is palpable. Bashanovich and Yoshimitsu engage in a daring and potentially perilous experiment involving Ogre's blood. This visual juxtaposition of the bubbling green substance and the rat cage creates a sense of anticipation and trepidation. As the rat consumes the substance, a dramatic shift occurs.
suggesting that the outcome of their experiment may hold significant consequences. The scene closes with Yoshimitsu heroically evacuating the building but carrying Bashanovich while a gigantic transformed rat emerges, hinting at the potentially immense repercussions of their endeavors. This ending is identical to Yoshimitsu's ending. Yoshimitsu, the enigmatic ninja warrior from the Tekken series, is known not only for his formidable combat skills, but also for his altruistic nature and deep connections with other characters. His character analysis within Tekken 3 reveals a multifaceted persona that transcends mere fighting. In Tekken 3, Yoshimitsu's narrative takes an unexpected turn as he forms a unique alliance with Dr. Bashanovich, a scientist grappling with his own mysterious ailment. Yoshimitsu's role as the leader of the Manji Party aligns with his commitment to helping the poor and disadvantaged, reflecting a sense of duty and compassion that goes beyond martial prowess. Dr. Bashanovich's experiments and the creation of the Cold Sleep Machine not only lend a sci-fi element to the storyline, but also reveal the lengths of which characters in the Tekken universe go to achieve their goals, including the pursuit of external life. The bond between Yoshimitsu and Dr. Bashanovich is solidified through the mutual indebtedness. Dr. Bashanovich's need for Ogre's blood to sustain his life becomes a pivotal point, and Yoshimitsu's entry in the tournament is not only driven solely by personal ambition or competition, but rather a desire to assist an old friend. Yoshimitsu's ending in Tekken 3 presents a surreal, dramatic scene where a bubbling green substance labeled Ogre's blood is being tested on a rat. This imagery is strikingly ominous, suggesting the consequences of these experiments may be unpredictable and potentially perilous. Yoshimitsu's role as both warrior and protector is evident as he rushes to rescue Dr. Bashanovich, who appears to be in grave danger. Bryan Fury, a character in the Tekken universe, embodies a fusion of a man and a machine. A reanimated corpse with a dark, enigmatic past. Once an officer of the International Police Organization, Bryan met his untimely end in a shootout in Hong Kong. His resurrection, orchestrated by the brilliant but somewhat overshadowed scientist Dr. Abel, imbued him with a newfound purpose: collect vital data from his rival's creation, Dr. Bashanovich, for completion of the cyborg army. In his previous life, Bryan was recognized as a skilled detective through shrouded whispers of dubious connections. These rumors implicated him in the notorious Hong Kong drug trade, adding a layer of complexity to his character. This duality, combined with his reanimated existence, lends Bryan a mysterious and morally ambiguous aura. Targeting Yoshimitsu, who maintains significant ties with Dr. Bashanovich, Bryan infiltrates the King of Iron Fist tournament, setting the stage for a confrontation of the profound significance. This quest for data and the enigmatic Yoshimitsu adds depth to Bryan's character, revealing a calculated, relentless pursuit of his objectives. In Bryan's ending sequence, we witness an intense escape as he confronts a group of formidable Tekken Force soldiers. Bryan's fierce determination and raw power on full display, as he tears apart a tank and hurls a portion of his adversaries. The ensuing explosion, met with Bryan's maniacal laughter, encapsulates the intensity and brutality that define his character. Drawing inspiration from the iconic Roy Batty from Blade Runner, Bryan Fury emerges as a complex amalgamation of humanity and machinery, driven by a singular purpose. His enigmatic past ties to the criminal underworld and relentless pursuit of his goals make him a formidable and intriguing presence within Tekken 3. Gunjack's character in the Tekken series is a compelling and heartwarming tale of rebirth and restoration. Originally known as Jack 2, Gunjack's backstory revolves around his connection with Jane, a physicist who was rescued by the Russian military robot when she was just a young girl during a bacteriological war. The narrative unfolds as Jane, now 27 years old, cannot forget the traumatic event where she witnessed Jak 2's destruction by a satellite weapon. She spends a decade tirelessly working to restore Jak 2 to 90% functionality, but this process seems to have stripped away the humane characteristics that initially set him apart from his predecessor Jak 1. Jane's motivation is driven by her desire to return the gentle soul that has saved her life. To achieve this, she delves into a thorough analysis of Jak 2's programming, discovering that it was primarily created by Mishima Heavy Industry, a subsidiary of the Mishima financial empire. However, she stumbles upon a hidden program within Jak 2 known as Project Gunjack, which is designed to introduce a new pivot gun. In her quest to restore Jak 2 completely, Jane approaches the Mishima financial empire to unravel the mystery surrounding this project. She installs the hidden program, transforming Jak 2 into a newly dubbed Gunjack, with the intent of bringing her companion back to life. The character's ending in the game showcases the emotional climax of their journey. Jane successfully restores Gunjack's memories, and the two share a heartwarming moment as they venture outside. This scene also introduces a potential threat in the new form of Dr. Abel, who attempts to destroy Gunjack with the electromagnetic burst. However, Gunjack's protective energy shield emerges, symbolizing his resilience and the enduring bond he shares with Jane. Gunjack's character exemplifies the themes of resilience, restoration, and the enduring human spirit, even in the form of a machine. His transformation from Jak 2 to Gunjack is a testament of the power of determination and the enduring connection between human and the mechanical companion. Eddie Gordo is a compelling character within the Tekken universe. Known for his deep motivation and quest for revenge against the organization that led to his father's death and his unjust imprisonment, Eddie's character arc is defined by his transformation from a privileged hardworking youth born into a wealthy Brazilian family to a determined fighter who masters the martial art of capoeira. Eddie's journey begins with a tragic event in his life where he returns home one day to find his father shot and dying. His father, an industrialist working to dismantle a powerful drug cartel in Brazil, entrusts Eddie with a heavy burden. As his father's dying wish, he instructs Eddie to falsely admit to a crime he didn't commit and hide in prison, believing that only there would he be safe from the organization. This abrupt turn of events thrusts Eddie into a life of incarceration, turning him from a life of privilege to struggle for survival in prison. During his time in prison, Eddie's determination to avenge his father's death only grows stronger. He witnesses an old man with incredible martial prowess who practices a unique fighting style known as capoeira. Eddie dedicates himself to mastering this, spending 8 years in relentless practice and training to become a lethal weapon. This transformation from model student to martial arts expert is a testament to Eddie's unwavering resolve. Upon his release, Eddie hears about the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3 and the potential involvement of the Mishima financial empire. He sees this as an opportunity to leverage resources of the MFE to seek the long-awaited revenge against the organization. In his character ending, Eddie's determination to unravel the truth behind his father's death becomes evident. He observes the movements of a powerful drug lord connected to the organization, who may hold critical information about the culprits. Eddie infiltrates the man's mansion, dispatching his security guards and interrogating the drug lord. The drug lord eventually directs Eddie's attention to the desk where he discovers photographs of Kazuya Mishima, implicating him as the presumed killer of his father. Even though Kazuya has believed to be dead at the time of the murder, Eddie Gordo's character is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the pursuit of justice. His journey from wealth and imprisonment to mastery of capoeira is a compelling narrative that underscores the themes of determination, retribution, and his quest for the truth that are central to Tekken 3's storyline.
Tiger. A character in Tekken 3 presents an intriguing enigmatic persona with the game's diverse roster. His appearance is a nod to the golden ages of soul and disco music, which is reflected in his clothing and overall style. This distinctive choice of attire immediately sets him apart from other fighters, underscoring his unique character. Tiger's fighting style is capoeira, a Brazilian martial arts known for its fluid and aerobic movements. His capoeira moves bear a strong resemblance to those of Eddie Gordo, another character in the Tekken series who is renowned for his capoeira-based fighting style. This shared martial arts form between Tiger and Eddie adds an air of mystery to their relationship. Players are left to wonder if there's a deeper connection between these two fighters, given their similar techniques. In his ending scene, Tiger's character is further highlighted as he is portrayed in a disco club, dancing to the infectious beats of the 70s disco music. This ending captures the essence of his character, emphasizing his love for disco era and his penchant for dance. This scene concludes with Tiger striking a pose and underscoring his vibrant, flamboyant personality. Tiger's enigmatic presence, unique fashion, and dance-inspired combat style make him a memorable and intriguing addition to Tekken 3's roster. His character adds an element of intrigue and charm to the game, further diversifying the world of Tekken.
Would you like some house music?
Lei Wulong is a fascinating character in Tekken 3, renowned for his role as a skilled and relentless law enforcement officer. His backstory and character traits add depth to the game's narrative and contribute to his unique identity. Lei Wulong, known as Super Cop, has an intriguing history. He initially gained recognition by nearly defeating Bruce Irvin, a formidable fighter, during the previous tournament. Unfortunately, Bruce managed to escape, and Lei has since questioned the circumstances surrounding Bruce's disappearance. Lei's suspicion of foul play, perhaps involving Kazuya Mishima's cooperation, showcases determination to uncover the truth, even in the face of uncertainty. Over the next 19 years, Lei's life takes a fascinating turn. He becomes an international crime-solving sensation, earning the respect and admiration of the people around the world. Despite being 45 years old, Lei maintains his agility, adding to his mystique. His reputation as Super Cop strikes fear in the hearts of criminal organizations globally. Lei's story takes an unexpected twist when he is visited by Heihachi Mishima, the head of the Mishima Financial Group, who invites him to participate in the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3. Lei initially doesn't understand Heihachi's motivations, but agrees to join the tournament based on the cryptic promise that you'll see if you participate. Lei's character is not just about law enforcement background and fighting skills, it also showcases dedication to self-improvement. In his ending, he is seen practicing Kung Fu on the Great Wall of China, demonstrating his commitment to martial arts mastery. These scenes borrowed from Jackie Chan's The Snake in the Eagle's Shadow, proving insight to his character and showcase his relentless pursuit of perfection. Paul Phoenix, a long-standing and iconic character in the Tekken series, embodies a mix of determination and resilience that defines his character. Throughout his Tekken journey, Paul's ambition and passion for the martial arts have been showcased with a particular focus on his relentless pursuit of the elusive title of the King of Iron Fist Tournament. Paul's backstory is filled with near misses and strokes of bad luck, such as the multi-car accident that prevented him from facing Kazuya in a pivotal match. Despite his impressive career and unquestionable skills, he has yet to secure the championship that would solidify his legacy as one of the greatest fighters in the Tekken universe.
Even as he matures and time progresses, Paul remains committed to training and maintaining his peak physical condition. This commitment demonstrates his unwavering dedication to his craft and the pursuit of the ultimate goal. As he receives an unexpected invitation to the third King of Iron Fist tournament, it's evident that Paul's competitive spirit and self-belief remain undiminished. His character reflects the enduring power of hope and never give up attitude that motivates him to continue chasing his dreams. Even at the age of 46, Paul's personality, characterized by his fiery spirit and occasional recklessness, is perfectly encapsulated in his ending scene. As he speeds along a desert freeway, his impulsive actions lead to a confrontation with a police officer. This humorous encounter illustrates a strong-willed and somewhat headstrong nature. It's a reminder that Paul, despite extraordinary fighting abilities, is a character who faces everyday challenges and reacts to them with a distinctive blend of determination and passion. In essence, Paul Phoenix's character is a representation of the human spirit's tenacity and resilience in the face of adversity. His journey through the tournament symbolizes his undying pursuit of the goals, that unwavering belief of the possibility of achieving greatness.
Forrest Law, the son of the legendary martial artist Martial Law, is a character in the Tekken series with a compelling storyline that revolves around his relationship with his father and his journey to prove himself. Forrest Law and Martial Law's relationship plays very close parallel to Bruce and Brandon Lee's relationship, with Brandon following his father's footsteps. Growing up in the shadow of his father's fame and martial prowess, Forrest is determined to achieve success and greatness on his own terms. He trains diligently at his father's dojo, aspiring to follow in Martial's footsteps while also seeking to establish his unique identity in the world of martial arts. However, Martial, as a protective and loving father, has forbidden Forrest from participating in any contests beyond the confines of their dojo. He has set restrictions on his son to ensure his safety and keep him out of harm's way. Forrest's story takes an intriguing turn when Paul Phoenix, a longtime friend and competitor of Martial, visits the dojo. Martial is away supervising the construction of a new dojo, leaving Paul and Forrest alone. Paul, known for his irrepressible enthusiasm and determination, insists that Forrest join him in training exercises. Initially hesitant and aware of his father's disapproval, Forrest ultimately agrees to Paul's invitation. Paul, unaware of Martial's strict limitations on fighting, suggests that Forrest participate in the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3 to prove his worthiness of inheriting the dojo. Forrest, driven by desire to prove his strength to both his father and himself, accepts the challenge. However, when Martial returns and discovers what has transpired, he is filled with rage and anguish, in his eyes as if his beloved son had been kidnapped. As Forrest defied his father's strict rules by entering the tournament, Forrest's character embodies the theme of familiar relationships, respect, and the struggle to establish one's identity while living in the shadow of a legendary parent. His determination to prove his strength and willingness to challenge the boundaries set by his father makes him a compelling and relatable character in Tekken. King the Second, a character in Tekken that possesses a character arc deeply rooted in the themes of mentorship, personal growth, and the pursuit of justice. He is a luchador wrestler who has undergone a significant development throughout the series, particularly in Tekken 3. King II's origin story is reflective of his dedication to his mentor, King Sr. Raised as a street urchin in King Sr.'s orphanage, he committed himself to aiding his mentor, King Sr., by participating in wrestling matches. The money earned from these matches was a primary source of funding for the orphanage, highlighting King's sense of responsibility and the importance of his role in children's lives. Upon King Sr.'s unfortunate demise, King II faced the daunting prospect of the orphanage impending ruin. In an attempt to preserve the legacy of his mentor, he adopted the mantle of king and emulated his wrestling style. Despite his efforts, he initially struggled in the ring due to his limited exposure to King Sr.'s techniques during his childhood. However, the intervention of Armor King, an old friend of King Sr., became a turning point in King II's journey.
Armor King took the responsibility of training the young wrestler and instilling him the skills and strength required to continue King Sr.'s legacy. The transformation from an inexperienced wrestler to a formidable force in the ring underscores King II's resilience and commitment to upholding the ideals of his mentor. The story of King II is not just about becoming a skilled wrestler, but also about seeking revenge for the untimely death of King Sr., who fell victim to the malevolent ogre. This quest for justice and retribution forms a central element in King II's character arc, motivating him to enter the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3. The absence of his mentor, Armor King, becomes apparent. Rushing to his mentor's side, he discovers Armor King is weakened by a heart disease reminiscing about the original King. This heartfelt moment underscores the profound bond between mentor and disciple and the passing of the torch from one generation of King to another generation. King II's journey is a testament to the enduring legacy of King Sr. and the importance of mentorship and the pursuit of justice, making him a compelling character within Tekken 3. Kuma. The endearing bear character in the Tekken series possesses a unique and amusing backstory that adds charm to his role in the game. Kuma's character is defined by his unwavering loyalty to Heihachi Mishima, but it's his peculiar obsession with defeating Paul Phoenix that truly stands out. The story of Kuma's lineage is a testament to the eccentricity of the Tekken universe. The first Kuma, Heihachi's initial pet, met a natural end due to old age during its travels with Heihachi. The torch was then passed to Kuma's child, the second Kuma, who proved to be smarter than his predecessor. Kuma II became Heihachi's faithful and efficient bodyguard, demonstrating a close bond between human and bear. However, Kuma's character takes a comically erratic turn when he becomes fixated on defeating Paul Phoenix. This fixation is triggered by watching Paul on TV, and it sets Kuma on a quest for martial supremacy. This singular focus bordering on obsession highlights the humorous and idiosyncratic nature of the Tekken characters. Kuma's character can be swapped out for Panda, a character in Tekken 3 that plays a unique role as a protector for Ling Xiaoyu. Cared for at Xiaoyu's high school, Panda's primary duty is to ensure Xiaoyu's safety. To participate in the tournament, Xiaoyu was moved to the Mishima Industrial College in Japan, which necessitated additional security. Panda's intriguing character dynamic is further developed when Heihachi Mishima teaches her advanced bear fighting techniques. This training equips Panda with the skills required to act as a formidable bodyguard for Xiaoyu during the tournament. It's important to note that despite the help and fondness of Kuma, another bear character in the series, Panda seems to hold a certain disdain for him and chooses to keep her distance. Panda's character takes an interesting twist in her ending, which adds depth to her personality. In this scene, Kuma waits outside the gate of the Mishima school, holding a bouquet of flowers. Ling Xiaoyu and Panda exit the building together, but Panda seems to either not notice Kuma's gesture or deliberately ignores him. This moment captures the tension and the complexity of their relationship, possibly hinting at the unspoken feelings or a strained connection. In essence, Panda's character is defined by her wavering dedication to protecting Xiaoyu for her avid relationship with Kuma, and the subtle layer of intrigue over her interaction with other characters. This combination of traits add depth and interest to her character. She shares the same exact ending as Kuma with no visible differences. Ling Xiaoyu, a 16-year-old martial arts prodigy in Tekken 3, and she's a character with a unique blend of innocence and determination.
Her character arc revolves around her dream of creating the perfect amusement park in China, a dream fueled by her love for amusement parks and the theme parks around the world. Despite her formidable martial arts skills, Xiaoyu's youthful embrace and playful nature are dominant traits that set her apart from many other fighters in the game. Xiaoyu's introduction as a character is both comical and endearing. She seeks a financial backing of the Mishima Zaibatsu, a powerful and wealthy corporation in Japan, to realize her dream. Her teacher and distant relative Wang Jinrei suggests that the Zaibatsu has the resources she needs, which leads to Xiaoyu on her unconventional journey. Her encounter with Heihachi Mishima, the ruthless and often villainous head of the Mishima Zaibatsu, is marked by her fearless and unconventional approach. Xiaoyu sneaks onto the Mishima Zaibatsu ship without hesitation, determined to meet Heihachi and request his support for her amusement park project. This audacious move results in confrontation with the Zaibatsu personnel, which Xiaoyu handles with remarkable martial arts skills for her age. This pivotal moment in Xiaoyu's character development is her encounter with Heihachi, who was amused by her audacity, offers her a deal. Heihachi promises to build her ideal amusement park in China if she can win the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3. This sets Xiaoyu on a path she never anticipated, as she decides to enter the tournament to realize her dream. Xiaoyu's ending in Tekken 3 reflects her colorful, imaginative personality. In her daydream, she envisions a vibrant and joyful place called Xiaoyu Land, representing her vision for a perfect amusement park. However, when Heihachi unveils the real theme park, it turns out to be a starkly contrast and gloomy place called Heihachi Land. Xiaoyu's determination to maintain her vision and her playful spirit in this ending is notable for its combination of anime-like animation and CGI adding an element of whimsy to her character. Her unique blend of martial art prowess and childlike innocence make her memorable and a beloved character, and her interactions with other characters, particularly Heihachi Mishima, provide both humor and depth to the Tekken storyline.
Warong, a complex character in the Tekken series, is more than just a formidable Taekwondo practitioner. His backstory and motivations adapt his persona, making him a compelling figure in the world of the King of Iron Fist tournament. Warong's journey begins as a Taekwondo student under the tutelage of Baek Do-san. However, he also leads a double life as a leader of a street fraud team. This team employs dishonest tactics to provoke fights and manipulate wagers. They feign weakness and amplitude, luring opponents into betting more money, only for Wong to step in and decisively defeat them. It's a crafty and unscrupulous way to make money. Warong's life takes an unexpected turn when he encounters members of the powerful Mishima Zaibatsu, including Jin Kazama. He persuades them to engage in a match, but this time Warong faces a formidable challenge. He battles Jin to a draw, a first otherwise flawless career. This experience shakes Warong, and he's left grappling with the first blemish on his record. The weight of informing his teacher Baek of this unexpected outcome drives him to train diligently, vowing to never face such a result again. However, fate has a cruel twist in store. Baek Do-san goes missing, believing to have fallen victim to the monstrous ogre. This tragic event serves as a turning point in Warong's life. With newfound purpose, he enters the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3 with a burning desire for revenge. He's determined to settle the score with Jin Kazama and seek vengeance against the enigmatic ogre, known as the God of Fighting. In Warong's ending, we see a journey come full circle. Holding a trophy resembling Heihachi's head, he contemplates tossing it into the water, but his attention is drawn to a Wooden Jin being pursued by the Tekken Force. Warong takes action by throwing the trophy into a warehouse to create a diversion and then engaging in a fierce battle within the Tekken Force soldiers. He eventually faces Jin, who is surrounded by an aura of electricity. Jin's sudden leap out of the warehouse leaves Warong smiling, indicating that his rivalry with Jin, while intense, holds elements of respect and camaraderie. Warong's character is characterized by his resilience and desire for redemption, an unyielding determination to avenge his mentor and settle scores. His complex personality and strong martial arts skill make him a fascinating and enduring character in Tekken 3. Jin Kazama is a complex character defined by a turbulent heritage and the internal struggle against the Devil Gene. His backstory is filled with elements of tragedy, lineage, and a relentless pursuit of vengeance. As the son of Jun Kazama and Kazuya Mishima, Jin's life is profoundly influenced by the tumultuous history of his family. His unique genetic inheritance is the key to understanding his character. During Jun's pregnancy, part of Kazuya's devil, which had escaped when he was thrown into the volcano, attempted to possess Jin. Jun, however, managed to protect her son, keeping the devil gene at bay. Raised in isolation in the mountains of the Yakushima, Jin's upbringing was far from conventional. Jun, his mother, trained him in the Kazama family's self-defense fighting style, instilling him with a strong sense of discipline and self-resilience. Jin's life took a dramatic turn when he was 15. His mother sensed the impending evil and decided to reveal the truth of his patronage. She informed Jin of his origins and instructed him to seek out his grandfather, Heihachi Mishima, should anything happen to her. Her premonitions proved accurate when they were attacked by Ogre, an otherworldly force. Jin was knocked unconscious during the attack and upon waking discovered that his mother had disappeared and his left arm bore a mark of the devil. Driven by his mother's teachings and her last wishes, Jin sought out Heihachi, who trained him in the fierce Mishima-style karate. Jin's encounter with Heihachi marked the beginning of his journey to confront dark forces that threatened his family. Jin's involvement in the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3 was motivated by his desire for vengeance. He confronted Ogre in this tournament in the final round and succeeded in defeating the formidable creature. However, his victory was short-lived as Heihachi and the Tekken Force turned on him. They intended to kill him, but the devil within Jin's blood saved him, transforming him into Devil Jin. This transformation marked a significant turning point in Jin's character arc. As Devil Jin, he unleashed his true power and exacted retribution on those who had wronged him. The clash between Jin and Heihachi was intense, concluding with Jin soaring into the night with his demonic wings. Jin Kazama's character is defined by his internal struggle with the Devil Gene, a powerful and malevolent force that can be inherited from his father. His journey is marked by tragedy, conflict, and a relentless pursuit of justice. In the Tekken series, Jin serves as a central figure in embodying both the legacy of the Mishima family and their relentless determination to confront the dark forces that threaten his existence. Heihachi Mishima, a central character in the Tekken series, is depicted as a cunning and ambitious figure whose actions are primarily driven by a desire to maintain and expand the Mishima financial empire. Notably, his complex relationship with his family members significantly shapes the character arc. Heihachi's initial triumph over his son, presumably Kazuya Mishima, underscores the importance of the Mishima financial empire to him. This victory is a testament to Heihachi's ruthless determination and strategic thinking, showcasing his willingness to do whatever it takes to secure the Empire's legacy. The formation of the Tekken Force further exemplifies Heihachi's attitude, leadership, and ambition. He deploys his private corps to settle disputes and cultivate Wasteland, positioning the MFE as a global force for positive change. This calculated move aims to garner support from world leaders, highlighting Heihachi's political acumen and knack for leveraging power. Heihachi's pursuit of Ogre, an ancient formidable being, is a pivotal turning point in his storyline, believing that capturing Ogre will enable him to attain global domination. Heihachi demonstrates an unyielding determination to achieve his life's ambition. Despite the immense dangers of the world, the introduction of Jin Kazama, Heihachi's grandson, introduces a dynamic shift in Heihachi's character. Recognizing Jin's familiar connection and understanding of the threat that Ogre possesses, Heihachi devises a plan to train and utilize Jin as bait to lure Ogre into a confrontation. This showcases Heihachi's shrewdness and strategic thinking, as he recognizes the potential in Jin to play a crucial role in his ambitions. However, as Jin matures, Heihachi becomes increasingly aware of the latent power within him, reminiscent of the dangerous abilities exhibited by Kazuya. Faced with the realization that Jin could pose a significant threat, Heihachi resolves to expose him after he serves his purpose in capturing Ogre. This decision highlights Heihachi's cold pragmatism, willing to sacrifice his own bloodline for the sake of his ambitions. Heihachi's ending scene, where he defeats True Ogre and encounters the emergence of the devil markings on Jin's forehead, showcases a moment of intense decision-making.
Ultimately, Heihachi chooses to cast Jin from a helicopter, exemplifying the ruthless nature that defines his character. This act serves as a striking manifestation of Heihachi's willingness to go to extreme lengths to secure his vision of power and control. Mokujin, a unique character within Tekken, embodies a captivating blend of mysticism, martial arts tradition, and a touch of whimsical humor. Initially, Mokujin is introduced as a wooden training dummy, a relic hewn from white oak over 2 millennia ago. Its original purpose was to serve as a practice partner for martial artists, enabling them to hone their combat abilities. However, Mokujin's existence takes a profound and unexpected turn when the god of fighting awakens, ushering an intense evil into the world. This divine awakening not only unleashes malevolent forces, but also grants Mokujin an unforeseen gift, a conscience of his own and the ability to move. No longer bound to the stillness of a museum display, Mokujin embarks on a mission to aid contemporary martial artists in their struggle for good against the encroaching evil. It does so by entering the third King of Iron Fist tournament, an event of great significance in the Tekken universe. Mokujin's participation in the tournament aligns with his newfound purpose, to assist in vanishing the evil that has been unleashed. When Ogre, the embodiment of this malevolence, is defeated and the world's balance is restored, Mokujin returns to his dormant state and is once again placed within the museum. The character's narrative is not only intriguing, but also lighthearted. It's evident by its ending. In his whimsical scene, Mokujin faces a feminine counterpart in a humorous exchange. After a playful scuffle that involves a bucket and an arcade machine, Mokujin ultimately emerges victorious, clapping his wooden hands in celebration. This ending highlights the character's peculiar yet endearing nature, combining elements of martial artist mysticism and a touch of humor in the Tekken universe. Mokujin's character represents a fusion of tradition and the supernatural, adding a depth and touch of whimsy to the Tekken series, while staying true to its core themes of martial arts and a battle between good and evil.
Mokujin wins.
Ogre, known as the god of fighting in the Tekken series, is a character of immense significance within the game's lore and story. His character design and narrative are deeply rooted in the elements of ancient myth, cosmic power, and the sense of unworldly mystery. Ogre's origin draws from the legend of Native Americans who believed he is a war weapon left on Earth by extraterrestrial beings in ancient times. This mysterious entity possesses a profound understanding of the structures of both living and artificial beings, and he possesses the unique ability to absorb them. The absorbing power is a central aspect of his character, allowing him to grow stronger by assimilating the abilities of the world's greatest martial artist masters. Ogre is described as a wanderer, seeking strong souls and power on Earth. The narrative surrounding Ogre's introduction in Tekken 3 is a pivotal moment in the series. Heihachi Mishima, the primary antagonist of the Tekken universe, formed the Tekken Force, a military group with one of its main missions being to covertly search for and capture Ogre. This mission leads the Tekken Force to an ancient temple in Mexico, where they are decimated by Ogre's incredible power. Heihachi, having witnessed his power, becomes obsessed with capturing Ogre to harness it in his quest to create the ultimate life form. Ogre's character arc involves a series of confrontations and battles with various fighters in the Tekken universe. His encounters with martial arts masters around the world culminate in the fateful battle with Jun Kazama and her son Jin. This clash leaves Jin deeply affected, believing that Ogre had taken his mother's life and vowing revenge. As part of a larger plan to lure Ogre into the open, Heihachi announces the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3, setting stage for a final showdown. Ogre's true form is ultimately revealed during the tournament as he morphs into a monstrous being with wings and horns and a snake-like appendage. This climactic battle between Ogre and Jin is a turning point in the Tekken storyline, and Jin emerges victorious. Ogre's character design takes inspiration from Aztec mythology, particularly the deity Huitzilopochtli, who was associated with sun and war and wielded the fire serpent as a weapon. This inspiration is reflected in Ogre's design, which incorporates elements of Aztec jewelry and a helmet adorned with long orange hair. Ogre's character design in Tekken 3 is a striking and symbolic representation of his ancient unworldly nature, encapsulating in both his origins and transformation. His initial or ancient form, Ogre takes the appearance of a tall and muscular humanoid with dark green skin. He is adorned with various pieces of old Aztec jewelry which signifies his connection to ancient civilizations and their reverence for power. A significant aspect of his design is the large golden helmet or crown with his very large orange hair. This headgear only emphasizes his regular status, but also hints at cosmic or divine qualities. Additionally, Ogre possesses a small round shield on his left arm, believed to be the fabled Stone of the Sun, which corresponds to the Aztec calendar. This detail underscores his association with ancient civilizations and their mythology. Overall, this ancient form exudes a sense of age, power, and godlike authority, and he was worshipped as the god of fighting by ancient human societies. However, Ogre's character takes a dramatic turn when he undergoes his second form. In this incarnation, he abandons his humanoid appearance, adopting a grotesque and monstrous frame. This version of Ogre is not much taller than his first form, but is hunched over, and horns contribute to his terrifying and unwieldy appearance. The most striking feature of this form is the replacement of his right arm with a large viper snake, or several snakes, further emphasizing his monstrous nature. This transformation from his initial to second form is achieved by absorbing the life and or fighting force of a powerful individual such as Heihachi or Jin, and a process that underscores his predatory absorbing nature. His ancient form, with its Aztec-inspired jewelry and regal appearance, communicates his long history and godlike status in the world of fighting. His second form, on the other hand, represents a darker and more monstrous aspect of his character, emphasizing his predatory and menacing nature. Overall, Ogre's design serves as a visual narrative depicting his evolution and power within the Tekken universe, making him a central figure in Tekken's game lore and mythology. In Ogre's ending, he undergoes a transformation into his true Ogre form, showcasing the character's ability to evolve and become even more powerful. This transformation is accompanied by a display of destructive force emphasizing Ogre's destructive potential. Both Ogre and True Ogre contain the same ending. Julia Chang is a compelling character in the Tekken series. Known for her strong ties to her adopted tribe mother, Michelle Chang, her background is deeply rooted in the tribal lands of her adopted family, and it plays a pivotal role in shaping her motivations and actions throughout the game. Julia's backstory is one of the discovery and love. She's found as a baby and abandoned in the ruins of ancient Native American settlement, and Michelle Chang, a member of the tribe, rescued and raised her with love. This nurturing involvement instilled Julia with a profound connection of her adopted tribe, and she developed a deep love for both Michelle and her homeland. As Julia grew, she trained alongside Michelle to protect her beloved homeland that she had come to cherish. Her life took a turn when news of a famous martial artist disappearing worldwide reached her tribe. The cause of these mysterious disappearances was attributed to the legend of the ancient ogre, a figure steeped in tribal lore. The tribe began to suspect Michelle's pendant, which had held the key to the Native American secret treasure, was somehow connected with these vanishing martial artists. With a mounting concern and fear with her tribe, Michelle left for Japan to seek answers from Heihachi Mishima, who had shown interest in the pendant during the second tournament. Her journey was driven by a desire to uncover the origin of Ogre's power and to protect the secrets held within the pendant. However, Michelle never returned from this mission, leaving Julia with growing suspicion about Heihachi's involvement. Julia's character arc unfolds as she embarks on a quest to find the truth behind her mother's disappearance and the mystery surrounding Ogre. In her journey, she confronts Ogre, and after defeating him, discovers that Heihachi had a sinister plan to awaken Ogre's power using her mother's pendant. Julia's character development is a testament to her love for her adopted family and a deep respect for the environment and her tribal heritage. Her desire for justice and to protect her Mother Earth reflects her nurturing upbringing. Her story also emphasizes the theme that revenge is not the answer, a lesson imparted to her by Michelle. In the end, Julia's character evolves,
From a young woman seeking answers into a guardian of her tribe and its traditions, her bond with Michelle, the desire to preserve her tribe's secrets, and the responsibility to protect the earth shape her character into one driven sense of duty and love for her homeland. Julie's character in Tekken 3 is a testament to the importance of heritage and values passed down through generations.
Michelle! Mother!
You have conquered Ogre. Now the key to control Ogre is this pendant. It was all Heihachi's evil plot.
I'll never let Heihachi get away with this.
No, Julia, wait. Julia, hatred is not the answer. Do you remember why I taught you the powers to fight? It was to protect Mother Earth, not to destroy. Now let's go home, back to Arizona, where the land awaits us.
Gon, the whimsical and enigmatic dinosaur character in Tekken 3, is a distinctive addition to the game's character roster. Although his inclusion may initially seem ornamental, Gon brings a unique and playful dynamic to the fighting game. Gon is a Japanese manga series created by Masashi Tanaka about the wordless adventures of a dinosaur and the title character. Gon's character is based on an actual dinosaur species called Giganotosaurus. His backstory is both fascinating and heartwarming. As one of the last surviving members of his kind, Gon's journey involves traveling to the world and exploring different environments and interacting with other mammals he encounters. His physical attributes, such as immense strength and an almost impenetrable hide, make him a formidable contender in the King of Iron Fist tournament. Despite his remarkable physical abilities, Gon's personality is marked by a very short temper and a limited capacity for patience. However, his warm-hearted nature is evident in his interactions with fellow animals, as he readily extends aid to those in need. Gon's insatiable appetite is a recurring theme, as he consistently scours his surroundings for food. Gon's character is not without a certain level of cunning, particularly when it comes to hunting. This blend of endearing innocence and clever resourcefulness makes him a captivating and memorable character in the Tekken universe. In terms of his role with the game's narrative, Gon's participation in the third King of Iron Fist tournament may appear inflexible, has no clear motive given. Nonetheless, his presence adds a sense of whimsy and unpredictability to the game, creating a delightful contrast to the more traditional human and humanoid figures. Gon's ending sequence to Tekken 3 further exemplifies his playful and adventurous nature, riding a dolphin, interacting with various animals, and even attempting to fly. Gon's ending is a charming and comical portrayal of his character. Ultimately, Gon's role in Tekken 3 may be ornamental. It serves to infuse the game with a sense of lightheartedness and a touch of the extraordinary, contributing to the game's enduring appeal. Years after the King of Iron Fist Tournament 2, Jun Kazama, living quietly with her son Jin in Yakushima, faces a looming threat. Heihachi Mishima, now in control of the Mishima Zaibatsu and leading the Tekken Force, seeks to capture a mysterious being known as Ogre, believed to possess unparalleled power. Martial arts masters worldwide start disappearing as Ogre awakens. Jun senses danger and instructs Jin to find Heihachi if anything happens to her. During an attack by Ogre, Jin is knocked out and upon waking discovers his surroundings burned and his mother missing. Unbeknownst to Jin, part of Kazuya's devil returns, branding his arm. Seeking revenge and following his mother's wishes, Jin approaches Heihachi, unveiling his identity as Kazuya's son. He asks to be trained to defeat Ogre. 4 years later, Heihachi organizes the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3 to draw out Ogre. Jin, now a formidable fighter, enters to avenge his mother's loss. In the final round, Jin confronts Ogre's true form. Driven by intense emotions, Jin triumphs, defeating Ogre.
However, Heihachi's true intentions come clear. He orders a squad of Tekken Force to kill Jin. Despite being gunned down, Jin is revived by the devil gene within him. He dispatches soldiers and confronts Heihachi and ultimately takes flight with his wings, leaving his grandfather defeated. The narrative in Tekken 3 is marked by a web of personal vendettas, family legacies. Jin's journey is driven by a thirst for revenge spurred in the loss of his mother to Ogre. The interplay between characters like Jin, Jun, Kazuya, and Heihachi is central to the storyline, highlighting the complexities and conflicts within the Mishima family. The introduction of the mysterious being Ogre, a powerful antagonist, adds a supernatural element to the plot, enriching the martial arts tournament theme. Ogre's legend as god of fighting lends air of myth to the mystique to the narrative. The climax of the story featuring the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3 serves as the backdrop for Jin's transformation into a formidable force. His eternal struggle and eventual triumph against Ogre mark a pivotal moment in his character development. The revelation of the devil gene within Jin adds an intriguing supernatural aspect, linking him to the legacy of his father Kazuya. This genetic connection and the subsequent manifestation of wings further deepen the complexity of Jin's character. The cinematic battle between Jin and Heihachi, culminating in Jin's flight, leaves a powerful impression. It signifies Jin's ascent into a new level of power, leaving Heihachi defeated and setting the stage for a further conflict with the Mishima family. Overall, Tekken 3 weaves a rich tapestry of familiar conflict, revenge, and supernatural elements within the backdrop of the intense martial arts competition, creating a compelling narrative that keeps players engaged and invested in the characters' journeys. The original Tekken, while bearing a striking resemblance to Virtua Fighter, enchanted me with its captivating introduction to the sheer awesomeness of characters like Law. Despite the dated quality of the PlayStation's FMV sequences, they were a source of pure wonder at the time. Yet, my intent is to focus on Tekken 3, so let's shift our attention to this groundbreaking installment. Tekken 3 represented a significant leap forward in the series. It bid farewell to the moon jumps of its predecessors and the iconic protagonist Kazuya, giving rise to Jin, a character molded from the traits of Kazuya and Jun. While the original Tekken's introduction held its charm, Tekken 3's opening sequence left a far behind in terms of grandeur. The gameplay of Tekken 3 remains legendary in the world of fighting games. It built upon the success and enhancements introduced in Tekken 2, resulting in a game that felt like a highly choreographed scene from a martial arts movie. The fluid and realistic motion capture brought a new level of authenticity to the fights. The impressive arcade introductions featuring characters showcasing their abilities were groundbreaking at the time and continue to hold up even well today. The diverse roster of playable characters in Tekken 3 was a game changer. Each character boasted a unique fighting style, adding an element of unpredictability to their battles. Even if you had mastered a character from previous Tekken games, adapting to the new character tactics was essential for victory. The end movies for each character upon completing the arcade mode add an extra layer of enjoyment, with some being comical, others contributing an overarching story, and many simply providing pure fun. This feature encouraged players to explore the story with various characters, enhancing the replay value. Tekken 3 marked a significant visual upgrade over its predecessors. The character designs were completely overhauled, pushing the PlayStation capabilities to the limit. The graphics at the time were outstanding. The game ran a smooth 60 frames per second on the home console, ensuring a seamless transition from the arcade to the comfort of players' homes. The soundtrack of Tekken 3 deserves a special mention. Each character had their own home ground accompanied by a unique theme. The iconic soundtrack remains a testament to the game's enduring legacy, adding to the overall theme and atmosphere. The storyline has always been a notable aspect in the Tekken series, with its themes of family, betrayal, and intense martial arts battles. In Tekken 3, the bold decision to replace Kazuya with Jin as a protagonist proved to be a masterstroke. Jin's character, along with those of his fellow fighters, was brought to life in a fully realized world that captivated players. The narrative encouraged multiple playthroughs with different characters gradually piecing together a masterpiece of storytelling. Tekken Force Mode was a remarkable addition, distinguishing the game from its competitors. Players could choose any unlocked character and engage in a side-scrolling beat-em-up adventure across 4 levels. The objective was simple: reach the end of each stage. This mode, while later expanded in subsequent versions that I'll get to later, provided a fresh and exhilarating gameplay. And there was the quirky volleyball mode. As eccentric as it sounds, players in mid eliminate their opponent with a powerful volleyball strike, leading to a high-pack collision. The addition of this offbeat game mode showcased developers' willingness to take calculated risks, and it remains a fan-favorite minigame in the series. In conclusion, Tekken 3 remains a juggernaut of a game that stands to the test of time. Its iconic music, character design, and legendary stages ensure it can be enjoyed as much today as it was in the past. Namco's transition from Tekken 2 to Tekken 3 was nothing short of monumental, offering an abundance of content and a rich storyline and a variety of game modes. It's a classic, a must-play, and truly the magnum opus of Tekken. Thank you for making it this far. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Tekken, please leave a like and comment. If you're new to the channel, subscribe so you won't miss out on the next retrospective. This is the Retro Phantom, signing out.